Good day, everyone, and welcome to another biblical prescription for life. Today, we're going to continue our discussion on dementia. I'm breaking this up over a period of time so we can process it, and many of you watching this do not have dementia, but you have loved ones, you know someone that this information will help. And also using this information will help you be a better friend to everyone that you talk to. And I'd like to start out today with 1 John 4:18. The Bible as a source of truth, the source of healing. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves torment. But he who fears has not been made perfect in love. We are going to come back to that text as we talk about dementia today, part 2. And in part 1, we spent time defining dementia, but that's basically a decline in cognition interfering with active daily life. We talked about how it affects many people, and many people have some level of dementia and they're not talking about it. We talked about the fact that there's no single test. It's a clinical diagnosis looking at many things. Well, today I'd like to focus on reversible causes of dementia. So let's say someone has dementia. They're not thinking well. In fact, I ran into a person today in the hospital that clearly had dementia. He couldn't remember what he had for breakfast. His behavior was changing a little bit. He was forgetting things, and he was probably at the early stages. Was it severe dementia where they have emotional changes? They wander off. It wasn't the severe dementia, but he had it. So in talking to the family today, I said, listen, there's many types of dementia that people have. You have the symptoms and it's reversible. So let's talk today about those things that you have that cause dementia that people have that might be reversible. That is, if they correct these underlying processes that is affecting the brain, their dementia might go away. So here is some of the lists that we have. First of all, there's many deficiencies that could be either causing dementia, but definitely contribute to it. I see that a lot in the vitamins. If you're low on the vitamins, specifically vitamin D, vitamin B1, B6, B12, this could contribute or cause dementia. So this is a reversible cause of dementia. Some toxins can cause dementia. Now, some toxins are permanent, some are reversible. So you want to look at toxins. Alcohol can be a toxin that hurts the brain. Certain types of marijuana, drugs can be causes, and sometimes if you take those away, the dementia will get better. There's certain types of food that contribute by causing inflammation. A lot of fatty foods can contribute to dementia. So we try to get people eating a healthy diet. These are called these glycotoxins that are out there that we get, that a lot of processed foods, a lot of heated meat causes inflammation of the brain. Different medical problems can cause dementia. I saw that in this gentleman today. He had a low sodium. So low sodium, high calcium can cause dementia. If someone has a bad infection, that can cause them not to think right. Low blood pressure can cause it. Thyroid disease, sometimes poorly controlled diabetes, severe dehydration. Think about people that are wandering around in the desert. They get dehydrated. They start seeing things and saying things. That's a reversible cause of dementia. Sometimes you're on a medication that can cause dementia. Some of the ones, the pain medications can cause this. Amitriptyline is one I've seen. Tegretol, gabapentin, some of the medications that the psychiatrists use can cause side effects of dementia. So look at your medicines. Some of them might cause side effects on dementia. That is all reversible. Those are all contributing factors. Low oxygen. If you have low oxygen, that can cause people not to think right as well. So when we look at dementia, remember, we are suspicious based on the symptoms. The evaluation includes a complex history and physical. And in this history, that's where we usually pick up whether a person might have a reversible cause. We look at the blood work, specifically look at the vitamins. We question about the medication side effects. We see if they have any toxins. We see if they have any other concomitant medical problems. Remember, the brain needs certain substances to work right. So based on that, after the evaluation, if we look at that, the next step would be looking at some imaging tests, MRIs, PET scans, looking at those things, and those start looking for these long-term causes of dementia that aren't reversible, that we try to modify and improve. So that's what I want to talk about next time, is all of the different etiologies of the types of dementia that maybe are not reversible, but all of these things we talked about today definitely influence dementia. Some of them actually cause. A couple key words I want you to remember as we move forward in talking about dementia. One of those words is inflammation. And in my study about dementia, causes of it, way to improve it, inflammation is an important word. And next time, I'm going to introduce you to another word that I think is a key to dementia. So we talked about a little bit about what it is. Now we've talked a little bit about things that are reversible. Your doctor should look at these. Next time, we're going to talk about the types of chronic dementia. Then we're going to talk about the treatment, including the medications. But we want to avoid in dementia. We want to think about all the things that the brain needs to work well, make sure the brain doesn't have a deficiency in those. We want to make sure we're not damaging the brain, causing inflammation. We want to make sure the electrolytes, there's no other concomitant medical problems that's contributing. So I want you to think about those things as we continue our evaluation and understanding of dementia so we can share this with our friends and neighbors. But more important, something I want to share with you today is about fear. A lot of us have medical concerns, including the possibility of getting dementia, and this causes us to have fear. But in this text, 1 John 4, verse 18, it says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear." Now, if we think about the big picture, about permanent healing, Christ is about love. He's about giving. He's about serving. It's not about fear. So when we hear fearful things, we know that that's not a good thing. It's not coming from Christ. Fear is coming ultimately from the evil one. And the world that we live in today, we have lots of problems, including the diseases, including dementia. And some of this creates fear, which also creates inflammation and damage to the body. But through Christ, knowing Him, being in harmony with Him, we find love. And remember, one of the treatments for all diseases is love. And love comes from Christ. And there is no fear in love. Love casts out fear. So in dealing with inflammation that could contribute to dementia, we want to have love. We don't want to have fear. And that love ultimately comes from Christ, being in harmony with Him. So I want you to hold that with you, 1 John 4:18, as we continue our study on dementia. Next time, I'll be back and we'll talk about the different causes that are chronic of dementia, how that's evaluated. Then we'll move on to treatment. But I want you to remember that word inflammation. I want you to remember that fear makes more inflammation that can contribute at some level to dementia. I'm Dr. James Marcum, and I want you to subscribe, like, and share. And thank you so much for the comments and helping each other. Some people have questions and concerns, and people are sharing things. You can share your experiences with dementia, what you might have done to help someone else. Because remember, we want to continue to give. We want to continue to serve, because in those ways, we show love. I'm Dr. James Marcum. I'm going to be back very soon with yet another biblical prescription for life.